2 weekends ago was the last race of the 2022 F1 season, and if you have been following me for the past season, you should know I have done a predictions of the of the F1 drivers and their standing. I did, so I think it was right after or right before the preseason test, and yeah, we'll see how good of a predictor I am. And you might see now that it looks like just a plain old a plain old Excel file, but as you can see here, we have a few statistics. We have the position which the drivers finished in. You have the drivers' names. You have where I predicted for them to finish, and you also have the difference between where they finished to my prediction. And at the end, I will add all of these up, the differences, even though if they're I will add them up, and then I'll get the score. And then next week we'll see how other F1 YouTubers did. But I will also have plus and minus. A minus means I predicted them higher than they finished, and plus means that I predicted them lower than they finished. Understand? Let's get into the video. But before we get into the video, if you like this, if you want to get more of this type of videos, just scroll down a little bit and hit the subscribe button. It's free. You will be able to get a lot more fun content about motorsports and F1, and you'll get one episode every week at the same time every week and year. So it's for free and it goes for a good cause. So just hit the subscribe button and let's get into the video. Okay, so let's look at the bottom 5 I predicted who will finish at the bottom. You said. And as we can see here, there might be a few interesting ones. So from the start, we can see I predicted the person who finished last, obviously, was Nicholas Latifi. And I don't know, and I predicted him to finish 50th. Why I believe I predicted him to finish 15th and Alexander Albon 16th were because I thought they would, I thought they would be a lot better. I feel like the Williams, it looked like it had quite good potential last year. Due to the the gambling and everything, and I thought that might happen this year. And I thought Latifi would finish higher than Albon due to him being a bit more experienced than Albon with the team, and Albon had a sabbatical, which obviously wasn't enough, and now Latifi has gone. So yeah, then we also have Zhou and Yuki Tsunoda. I predicted fully where they were going. So Zhou, because he was a rookie, I thought he might not finish very high, and also Alfa Romeo were like okay, and I thought maybe the midfield fight would be a bit tight like it was. So I predicted Zhou to finish 18th, and then Yuki, I thought he didn't have such a good 2021 season, so I thought he would also finish quite low this year, and he did so. Mick Schumacher, I predicted to finish 19th, and you'll see where his team is, I predicted next slide. And that was due to me thinking that the Haas would be as bad as it was last year, this year. And I didn't know how good he was. But then, I didn't think that they sacrificed last year to actually be good this year. And that led to them, having a very good car. And they were in the midfield fight as well. But now Schumacher has gone, and we'll see how it goes for Nico Hülkenberg. Now we go to from place 15 to place 10. No, to place 11. And here we can see I predicted Lance Stroll 15th. No, I predicted him 13th, but he finished 15th. I thought that the Aston Martin would be a bit stronger than it was this year. Maybe due to them having like their Mercedes connections, maybe. I'm not sure what I thought. But actually 2 spots isn't that bad, in my opinion. Another one which was not so good was Pierre Gasly. I thought he would finish 9th, but as we have seen, the AlphaTauri hasn't been so strong this year. So he finished 14th. So I lost 5 positions there. Then we come to the weird one which I have to talk about. I predicted in my video Nikita Mazepin to finish 20th. But we know what happened. I recorded the video, I believe it was 11 days or roughly a week before the invasion of Ukraine happened. So, and that obviously led to Mazepin getting kicked and getting Magnussen, and I didn't think that the house would be good, but obviously it's Magnussen, so he finished 13th, so 2 positions there. So that was a bit of a wild card. Then we go to Sebastian Vettel. I predicted him to finish 10th. He actually finished 12th, which I thought was quite right. I thought Vettel would be a bit stronger, and I said that the Aston Martin would be a bit stronger. That's my theme, predicting Mercedes powered cars to be a bit too strong. And yeah, he had quite a decent last season in F1. Somebody who didn't have quite a very good season was Daniel Ricciardo. I predicted he would finish 7th. He actually finished 11th. And yeah, I thought it would just be a lot stronger, and I thought the McLaren would be it would be strong, I predicted, and it was quite strong. I just predicted that Ricciardo would be a lot closer to his teammate, Lando Norris, than he actually was. But will we see where he finished in the next slide? I believe so. Let's check. So yeah, the driver who finished 10th the season just passed, was Valtteri Bottas. I predicted he would finish 14th, but yeah, he finished 10th. So I thought that Bottas would have maybe quite a hard time in the Alfa Romeo, and that he would be, he would be, though the car would be quite a lot slower. But as we saw the first part of the season, it was actually quite quick, because it was rumored to be very light compared to the other cars. But then they didn't upgrade it so much during the season, which other teams did. I don't know whose fault that is, but yeah. He finished 10th. Then in 9th, we have Fernando Alonso, who I predicted would finish 11th, but he actually finished 9th. Which, yeah, I thought the Alpine wouldn't be that good. I thought it would be quite alright, which is basically a theme, and I thought he would be quicker than Esteban Ocon. Because we all remember last year Ocon had that, the shock win in Hungary, and Alonso basically helped him there, so I thought maybe that Alonso would be a bit quicker, but Ocon has had not as many reliability issues. And that's why Ocon finished higher than Fernando Alonso. But now Alonso is going to Aston Martin, so let's see what happens there. Then we go into Lando Norris. He finished 7th. I predicted him to finish 8th. I predicted him to finish behind his teammate Daniel Ricciardo, but obviously that didn't happen. Norris had quite a good season, got 1 podium, which I forgot before checking, which is interesting. Then we come into Lewis Hamilton. He finished 6th. I predicted him to finish 1st. I didn't think that Mercedes would make such a big mistake with the car be so slow at the start of the season, but at least he finished 6th, which I feel like he could have finished a lot, lower, but he didn't, which is quite fortunate for my predictions. Then we get finally into the top 5, who are these drivers. So Carlos Sainz finished 5th. I thought he would finish 4th, so 1 position lost there, which I feel like, yeah, is quite alright. I thought he would be quicker than Leclerc, and we'll go talk about those a bit later, but I thought it would be a bit stronger than it was this year due to him in McLaren. But obviously we have the reliability issues to how should I say? Well, the reliability issues is why he didn't finish so high. At least he got not a shock win, but he got his first pole position and first win in Silverstone, where I was. Go and watch my video on there if you should go to the Silverstone Grand Prix next season. Very good video. Then I predicted George Russell will finish fourth. I predicted to finish third because I obviously thought Mercedes would have a stronger car. But why he finished much higher than Hamilton is due to George Russell having very good pace and also the team experimenting on Hamilton's car. I've been reading a lot of this on Twitter, I don't think they're Verstappen fans, but a lot of fans getting annoyed that Hamilton fans are saying, oh, they're developing the car, testing the car with him. You shouldn't use that as an excuse. But there are quite easy things we can see where they actually did, like Baku and everything. They experimented a lot with his car because he could take it. They wanted to put what works on George Russell, but to see what works on the Mercedes, you have to first test it on the Mercedes. So they did that with Hamilton first, and that's why George Russell finished a lot higher. And this is the third time in his whole career Hamilton has been beaten by an F1 teammate, but he has only been beaten once by his teammates. Well, no, he's been beaten 3 times, but only once by one teammate. So he was beaten first by Jenson Button, I believe, 2011. Then in 2016, obviously by Nico Rosberg and Equal Machinery. And then we have George Russell this year. We'll see what happens next year. Then the person who finished third was Perez. I thought he was finished fifth because I thought he wasn't so strong this last season. I thought the Red Bull wouldn't be as much of a rocket ship as it was this season. So it was quite interesting to see. Yeah, so Perez was actually quite good. He got a few wins, like in Monaco, and I believe he got it also in Singapore. Then we have obviously a lot of different things which happened with him. So yeah. Then we have Charles Leclerc, who finished second, but I predicted he would finish sixth. And why this was because I thought it would be Mercedes, then Red Bull, then Ferrari. And I thought Perez would be in the mix with the Ferraris. But obviously the Ferrari was really strong the first half of the season, except the engine blowing and everything. And then we have, the things which happened with, with Mercedes, them getting quicker, which was quite interesting. Then we get obviously to Max Verstappen. I thought they would finish second, obviously, because I thought we would have make another great championship battle between Verstappen and Hamilton. But no, we didn't get that. We got him to have one of the most dominant F1 seasons ever, even more dominant than the Hamilton ones. So now people can't use Hamilton as being too dominant because we have seen how too dominant means. We have also seen that with Schumacher, but let's not get into that. So I feel like this was quite a good, good prediction. So now, let me just see how good I was this. Yeah, so let me just quickly add up everything and we'll see how good I was. So my total score was 57. So if we say here, we just we just write in me, or we don't have to do that because next week we'll get another video themed around predictors. But then it won't be me predicting, but it will be, it will be, I have lost it. It will be the other F1 YouTubers. I will go through if we have enough channels. We'll go through their predictions, we'll add everything up, and we'll see how good they were, and then make a little, leaderboard to see who's the best predictor, who I can find in the F1, F1 YouTuber paddock, sort of. So we'll see what happens there. So that will be my next video. Other videos, we'll see what happens. I will probably inform you next week if I have any ideas, because the season is over and I don't know what to make videos on. If you have any ideas, comment down below. But until then, I've been Racing Legend. You've been my amazing viewers. Thank you for watching. Good.